Anyways,
Someone just said the participant in the call you joined has clipping enabled.
can you shut the fuck up?
Well, you just got clipped, buddy, pal.
Okay, dumbass. I don't go fuck. Anyways, onto a little lesson on mastering time frames. Wait, let me check how Yecoin is doing. Okay. So this is really just breaking down inversions in three significant time frames. So with inversions, of course, you're gonna have your entry time frame inversions, your condition time frame inversions, and then your bias time frame inversions. The only reason I'm going over this is because you need to learn that everything we teach you is fractal. Like everything applies to every single time frame, but it all serves a different purpose. And so I really want you guys to understand this well. And so, right, to start off, of course, actually, I'll start off with the higher time frame because your analysis is always going to start off top to bottom. You're going to start with the highest time frames to determine your bias, whatever. And so, with inversions, of course, if let's say you're on the higher time frame and you notice we tap into a bullish 4 hour and then we inverse like an hourly fair value gap, what's that going to tell you? It's mostly going to tell you that we're going to draw towards these previous session highs. So this is going to help you establish the higher time frame narrative, right? When you see inversions occurring on the higher time frame, if a higher time frame fucking PD array is being disrespected, it is very likely price will continue in that direction. So it is really important you can identify when this is happening, right? But of course, like I said, there has to be a
Are you
reason.
recording this now?
Yeah, there has to be a reason for price to actually trade in that direction. So if there isn't, if like for example, London high or like Asian highs, if this was already swept, right, and there's not an actual reason for price to trade to this level, then don't just assume, don't use this as like to determine your bias. This could just be like an indication of bad PA or some other shit. But anyways, back to what I was saying. This is going to help you identify what session liquidity is the next target. So look for those hourly inversions to know where price is going to go next, and that's going to help you with your bias. Yeah, and then condition-based time frames. So the 5 and 15-minute inversions, to me, this is probably the most helpful time frame, just because this is the 5 and 15-minute are really going to tell you where the next internal liquidity is and where the drawn liquidity is on the lower time frame. If you're not utilizing the 5 and 15-minute just like inversions to help you like know whether you want to be longing or shorting, then you're making a huge fucking mistake. Don't just go into the hourly and then drop into the fucking 1 minute, right? You got to use time frame alignment. It is so important, and this is how you get super consistent results, because you want to see, you want to wait for price to align across all time frames for you to generate the highest probability trades. Cool. So if we're inversing a bearish hourly fair value gap on the higher time frame, right? This hourly gets inversed. We hit a 4 hour, we inverse this. All right, we know our bias is most likely bullish here. We're disrespecting bearish P rays on the higher time frame. We have London highs and Asia highs above, for example. Then we go into the 5 and 15-minute. We see that a 5 and 15-minute fair value gap these are now being inversed. They're being disrespected. Previously, they were being respected. Price was delivering lower. We're in bearish order flow. We go down, retrace up, hit 5/50-minute bearish fair value gap, go down, trade up, hit 5/50-minute fair value gap, continue lower. Awesome. Eventually, we sweep, let's say, London lows or something. We tap into a higher time frame PD array, like that 4 hour or something. So what does that tell us? When we first tap into these levels, when we first sweep London lows here, when we first tap into like this 4 hour, that doesn't mean shit. All right. We're just anticipating that there could be a reversal at this level. Why? Because basic ICT concept tells you, okay, we tapped into a 4 hour bullish or value gap. We should react, but not necessarily, right? Because if the bias and the draw is genuinely bearish, you'll just run through that. So it doesn't fucking matter. But the whole goal is that you're turning assumption into confirmation into execution. And so you want to use time frame alignment. If you tap into that hourly PD array and you're anticipating a reversal, now wait to see if, in this case, bearish PD arrays are being disrespected. In what time frame specifically, the 5 and 15-minute is going to help you most. The 15-minute, definitely better than the 5-minute, but the 5-minute is still super useful. I think whether it is 15 or 5-minute really depends on like the range you're trading in, how much volatility there is. I personally believe 15 minutes the best condition time frame, but 5 minutes work, pretty much just as well. It's just depending on the day. So if you tap into that higher time frame PD array and now suddenly bearish for value gaps in the 5 and 15-minute are getting inversed, that's a very good indication that price most likely wants to continue, in this case, higher, right? But you're not using that as an entry. You're using that to confirm your draw. So after your draw has been confirmed, right? Let's say, and you inversed, you fucking, hold up. What the fuck was I doing? Sorry, my brain just died. You inverse a 5/15 minute. Then you can drop into your lower time frames, right? What do you want to look for after this happens? You want to look to see if price is trading inside of like some sort of 5 minutes, some sort of 15-minute, any sort of like, condition, I guess. And then your entry is based off the 1 to 5 minute. You'll never see us market order anything above the 5 minute, right? I like the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minute, whatever. That's like no man's land. I wouldn't even focus on that. Ever since I stopped like utilizing anything between the 5 and 15 minute, like my results have been far more consistent. Do I know why? No, I don't really know why, but I just know that the 6 to fucking 14 minute is irrelevant as shit. So don't really focus on that, right? Your entries are going to be between the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minute. 5 minute could also work as a condition, but it could also work as an entry. It depends on your conviction. So if you inverse a 5 minute and you have good RR towards internal high, then you can enter off that 5 minute. Or if you're still lacking conviction, you can wait to see if price respects that 5 minute and then get a 1 minute like confirmation and enter off of that. But for the most part, what you need to understand is that these are your entry time frame inversions, right? So if this is your current trading leg right here, and whatever the highest time frame is within this leg, being 1 through 5 minute, that gets inversed. What can you expect? You can expect price at least trade towards that internal high and rebalance the next range / take the next liquidity. Most of the time, that first rebalance, this internal high, is also going to be like that 5/15 minute rebalance, which is why we tell you so often to TP at that internal high / rebalance, which is your TP1 typically, because it is such a high level of rejection, right? So that's really important to know. If there's a reason for price to go higher, because higher time frame tells you, oh, we're displacing through bearish Peter rays, and we have London highs and Asian highs above, then that's a time where you can take partial and then leave runners, of course, to whatever else you have to. But you need to understand how to use inversions efficiently, and this is the way to do it. Your 1 hour, 4 hour daily, mainly 1 hour and 4 hour, is going to really help you with just understanding the higher time frame narrative. Then the 5/15 minute is going to help you with that draw and liquidity, and just figuring out where the next target is on the lower time frame. And then the 1 through 5 minute is your entries, and it's very high confirmation towards these internal levels. Someone brought up continuations, so just to go over super briefly, I wasn't even planning on going over this, right? Continuations are great, especially when if you're trading inside like a buy model or sell model. Let's say with basic inversions, right? Like most inversion entries would be something like this. Price trades up, right? We trade up, we hit some sort of bearish higher time frame PD ray. And we have generated sell side here. We're anticipating that we might be in some sort of sell model, whatever, but we don't know quite yet. We have all this sell side accumulated below. We finally tap into, let's say, like a 4 hour hourly bearish fair value gap. We're on the lower time frame here. We see that, okay, we get like an SMT at these highs. Awesome. That's cool. And then we'll take like an inversion here towards like this internal low, sell side, whatever. Let's say you don't get in on this original inversion up here because you're not high on conviction, or you simply miss it. How do you know if you're in a continuation and you can still be, I guess in this case, looking for shorts? Well, is the higher time frame objective, is the daily objective, has the external liquidity been taken yet, right? So if we're truly in a sell model here and we still haven't taken, for example, London lows, which would be like that significant liquidity pool, then what we want to look for is if price opens up some sort of like 15 minute, right? And we just want to see price retrace into that 15-minute. Despite taking the sell side, we still have London lows intact, and you just want to see price trade into like that 50-minute and then get an inversion from there, and you can catch that continuation. But you need to see a rebalance of a range before you can continue shorting to the downside. And a lot of people with continuations kind of panic because they're like, oh shit, but we're taking a continuation despite the fact that we haven't rebalanced this actual move down. You don't need to with continuations, and you'll realize that that's just how it goes the majority of the time, right? When price is aggressively delivering towards that, I guess, external liquidity or that overall, like just meeting that narrative, it's only going to need a rebalance of that first range slash not range, but like the 15-minute or 5-minute. And then if you get an inversion from there, chances are you will continue lower and hit like that final objective. Reason being, because if we're sweeping the sell side and price is going to flip bullish now, chances are we'll just disrespect this 15-minute and it won't mean shit, and then we'll continue higher. But you'll realize for most of the time, you'll tap into it and immediately get a reaction and then get your inversion to the downside, and it's a free continuation. So that's really all you need to be looking for. Just a rebalance of a 15-minute of some sort or 5-minute, and then an inversion to the downside, as long as that external liquidity is still intact and you have high conviction towards there. Right? It could be London lows, it could be previous day lows, whatever the fuck it is. That's all you really need to know when going about continuations. And yeah, just make sure you understand this, the relation between inversions and how they can be utilized across each time frame. Once again, anything between the 1 to 5 minute is going to be entry based. 5/50 minutes can be condition based. These are your conditions. Yeah, like for example, if this hasn't been inverse yet and we're trading inside a 5-minute / 50-minute fair value gap after, let's say, hitting this higher time frame PD array, how do we know if this is valid? Well, if this sweep of London lows and this top of the higher time frame PD array is valid, then what the fuck is going on? Then we're going to inverse this, but if it holds, what can you expect? Price is going to continue lower, and you can try to find shorts towards the next higher time frame, I guess, sell side level or whatever that may be. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll read the chat real quick now.
Dude, what the fuck is happening in crypto?
I don't know, Mike. I can't look. I can't look at it. Oh my god, I just can't even think about it.
Holy shit.
Can an SMT form if, for example, ES takes previous high and NQ makes equal highs at the high? I wouldn't recommend it. Low probability SMT. I like, technically speaking, ES did take the high, but if that's the case, bro, and like you're just iffy on it, and then you end up taking the trade and it stops you out, are you gonna be pissed? Yeah, you're gonna be pissed. So better to just avoid taking a trade where the SMT is super scuffed like that. But yeah, are you recording the desktop audio so we can hear Blake in the recording? Yeah, Blake?
Yeah.
It's all good. Oh, my discount for taking the short at Friday. I have yet to see anyone actually close out the 15-minute rebound. So everyone closed out like some sell side before. But if that's the case, send it over to DMs and I'll actually give you the discount. Could we use a 1-minute inversion inside of 4 hours? Should we wait for 5? No, definitely. Like that's exactly what I'm trying to get at. Like if you tap into a 4 hour, you're not just gonna take the first 1-minute inversion you're gonna get, because that's not gonna prove to you that the 4 hour is the start of a reversal, right? You want to see at least a 5/15 minute get invalidated and wait for more structure to be created from there. And like you have to stop worrying about being late to something or not. If price starts selling off after like hitting a 4 hour bearish PD array, if it's still inside a 5/15 minute bullish fair value gap, like stop fucking stressing about it. Wait for that to get inverse and then find your entries. You're not going to be late to shit. Oh my god. Pal, can you get the fuck out of the Discord, bro? Like, I can't even focus because you keep talking about crypto. And those examples you gave, would they have to be a discount for you to take them? What do you mean? Like the longs? just naturally you're most likely going to be in a discount. I mean, every single time, right? Because if you're catching reversals, you're going to be, in this case, if you're catching reversal long, you're going to be in a discount naturally. That's just how it is with inversions. But yeah, ideally. How do you set conditions? Conditions are typically just that last leg before hitting that higher time frame PD array, right? So if I see that like the last manipulation leg we have, that we tap into like a 4-hour bullish fair value gap, and we open up like a 15/5-minute bearish fair value gap there, then I'm looking to see if that level ends up holding or being respected. That will be my condition. If this gets inversed after hitting this higher time frame PD array, I'll be high conviction, high confidence, and looking for longs. If it gets respected, and we can't displace through this, then I'll either not look for any trades because my draw is wrong, or try to find some shorts. But definitely will not be looking for longs. So close too late early. Can you talk a bit about execution? Sometimes it's tough to not tamper with my trades, enter/close too late or early. That does sound like an emotional problem, brother. You just need to understand that the second you let your emotions get involved, you're not trading a winning model. You're just gambling. I really don't know exactly what to tell you. It sounds like you know that you're entering and closing early, and that's canon. Everyone goes through that, but I'm telling you straight up, you're never gonna actually capitalize off a viable model by doing so. You need to trade mechanically, not mechanically, but you need to have technical reasons to be closing and entering trades. So yeah, what are examples of higher time frame PD arrays? Like hourly, 4-hour fair value gap, OBE, etc. Any ICT concept, but I like fair value gaps. They're just, like, in my opinion, the best indication of where price wants to go, but I use inversions as my entries. Thank you, brother. How the fuck do you find executions of previous days that even possible? No, you can't. How do you know when the final objective is taken? Well, since we are intraday traders, since we are futures traders, and since we are executing on the 1 to 5 minute chart and basing our bias off the hourly and 4-hour ish, typically objectives are going to be previous session highs and lows, maybe previous day highs or previous day lows. But yeah, we're like, how else would you, I guess, would you want to try to elaborate on that, Blake? Like, it will determine our bias, typically using like daily profiles or something, right? If we're expecting like a New York reversal towards London highs, if London highs gets taken and we don't get an entry, then, you know, unfortunately objective has been met unless we catch a reversal from there. But it's your objective is typically that external liquidity, right? No, just watch the recordings. You're better off watching our recordings. I don't know. We'll see. Like, I'll still wake up tomorrow early and check out the market. We have had these crazy moves overnight, and price is still, I guess, delivered well. I do have my flight though, but I would like to, if I have time, I'll go into tomorrow morning and help you guys just with your overall bias and draw on liquidity for like 20-30 minutes. And then if you're gonna trade, like, hopefully you have like some sort of foundation you can work off of. Which is just higher time from the wait, is there like a part 1 of this question? How do you know when the yeah, that's what I was just saying. External liquidity, right? You're not, obviously the objective hasn't been taken if you just fucking hit equal highs on the 1 minute, you know what I mean? Or like, that doesn't mean shit. So when will this be available? Recording seem a bit late for the session. This should be uploaded within the next 30 minutes. Damn, we are an hour and 20 minutes into this charting. Needed to hear this. I'm fucking up. All right, so let's stray away a bit from technicals. You can rewatch if there is anything you're confused about. But I'm gonna go into a bit of psychology then. So, is there anything specifically you guys want help with? I know a lot of you guys been wanting just like some psychological advice. So if there's something in specific, I can go over that. If not, I can just yap my fucking brains out. The most dream session I've ever experienced. Madrid. Patience. Yeah, psychology, please. Patience. Yeah. How do you get past seeing the larger numbers as you scale? Okay, that's interesting. I mean, obviously, since with trading you're dealing with numbers every single day, you're not going to be comfortable at first seeing those numbers. You're not going to know how to react to them. But I think like the reality is, bro, in the beginning, when you're experimenting with all these numbers, different risk size and everything, and like it's getting to your head, which is totally natural, it's very likely you're gonna let that impact how you go about your trades, whether you're closing early, whether you're closing late, and eventually you are gonna have to come to a realization that all those like actions that you're taking based off of your emotions is just gonna negatively impact you, and you'll never actually get to where you want to be by doing so. You're gonna have to learn to just sit on your hands. And since I mean, at least with Blake and I's model, bro, and the way we trade, there is a story behind every fucking trade. There's a reason we target the things we target. There's a reason our stop loss is where we put it. There's a reason we go break even when we go break even. And it's like, it's all these rules that have helped us stay so consistent. And Blake and I both walk out this, for example, this month with high five figures in payouts. Like, and it doesn't take a fucking genius to do this, but it takes trust. Like, I can't emphasize it enough. I always see trading and like our strategy like a relationship. It sounds fucking dumb, like whatever, but it really is. And like, you cannot cheat on the fucking model. If not, you will get fucked on the model. It's like a bad bitch. You can't cheat on a bad bitch. But seriously, you really cannot cheat on the model. You can't just decide one day, oh, well, the fucking strategy didn't work yesterday, so I'm going to try a different one today. Like, that's not how it works, bro. Your only goal should be to build a strong relationship and strong level of trust between you and your trading strategy. And with that, you will learn to fucking master it. You will learn to actually trust it and not like do dumb ass shit all the time and close fucking early and enter late and whatever. Like, you're gonna get sick of fucking doing that, and it's all gonna go to shit. Like, if you just, I always tell people, just start off, bro, 1 week of following your rules. It's the same shit as when you first started going to the gym. It fucking sucked ass. You looked like shit. And like, you didn't know how to do lifts right. Your fucking form sucked. It's normal, bro. That's how everything is in life. You fucking suck at first, and it's not fun. Nothing is ever fun when you suck at it. It's the reality. But whatever. If you can force yourself to keep showing up every single fucking day and doing it right for a week, then the next week becomes easier. 2 weeks in, you're like, okay, fuck, I'm been following my rules. This is like kind of natural now for me. 3 weeks in, you're like, okay, like I can fucking do this. I'm about a month of following my rules. A month goes by and you only follow your rules. You're already seeing insane results. Like, believe it or not, you're seeing insane results. But since you guys are sitting down every single day and you're trading a singular session and looking at 1 minute candles, it is so hard for you to fathom, like looking a month deep. Like some of you can't even imagine a month of following your rules. I can't even, like 90% of people in chat right now, I guarantee you, haven't gone a single week just following their rules. It sounds crazy, but like it's so true. And it's fine because everyone was like that at one point. But following your rules is the same thing as like building a fucking muscle, right? And going to the gym and whatever. It's gonna suck at first, but if you can do it for a couple weeks straight, for a month straight, you're not even gonna think about it because it becomes second nature. You need to understand that. So just keep fucking showing up and follow your goddamn rules. I have one line. It's just one quote that I tell myself every single time before I fucking go into a trade, and it has saved me from losing so much goddamn money, bro. Like, if I could put this in 7 million font size, I would. If I lose this trade, will I be mad at myself? The amount of technical and psychological things that go through my head when I ask myself this question, like I can like speed run this shit for you real quick. When I'm going about a trade, this is a question in my head. If I lose this trade, will I be mad at myself? Let's say I'm looking to take an inversion, right? And as we're inversing, something like this starts happening, right? Like, I'm super confident in my drawn liquidity. I've been looking for longs this entire fucking time. I have like, I don't unfilled 15 minute above, like, Everything is looking good. It's a beautiful mech. But what happens? As we're inversing price, you know, we start generating low resistance liquidity. So now I know, I'm like, oh fuck, like everything is set up here perfectly, but we just generated LR near my stop. Price will, it's very likely that price will stop rate me if I enter. Like, and it's like sometimes I get so hyper fixated on the entry and the goal that I like ignore something like this, but not anymore because I fucking ask myself this every second of the trading session. I'm like, okay, no, let's be real. There's LR below me. Despite everything looking good, if price decides to run back lower here and sweep this LR before going to my draw on liquidity and I lose this trade, I'll be so fucking mad at myself. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna sit on my hands. If this trade plays out without me, oh well, what the fuck can I do? Nothing. I preserved capital. But if this goes down and sweeps this LR, then I'm a fucking genius and I'm going to get a better setup and it's going to be more A plus. And now I'm actually going to get better risk reward and have higher conviction towards this trade. Awesome. Did I just lose a trade right before this trade? Yeah. Am I a little bit pissed about it? Yeah. So should I be trading right now? Is it that I like this trade or do I just want to trade? Do I want to make this money back or does this trade actually look really good? You know what I mean? Like it's shit like that. A good trade is a no-brainer. It's some shit you look at it and it's like if someone asking you, yo, is this red or blue? It's like, you obviously know the difference between fucking red or blue unless you're colorblind. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you like, you know the answer to it. Like, it's, yes, it's a good fucking trade. And I'm taking this. It's not something you should be hesitant about. If you have to make excuses in your head, if you have to convince yourself why something is good, you're not in the right headspace to be taking that trade. And you actually don't even know what's going on. And you shouldn't be trading. Like, it's as simple as that. If you find yourself convincing yourself to take a trade or convincing yourself why something is good, it's most likely not good. Yeah, that's a good alternative. I always tell people in the mentorship, everyone has like their own quote in there. I make everyone find their own quote. Please let people know that everyone sees the chart slightly different no matter what. Even if we follow the exact mech model, there'll be days where we see things different, so make sure to figure out what works for you. Yeah, absolutely. And like, you don't have to trade the same way Blake and I trade. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I mean, I'm sure you have if you've been here at least longer than a month or two. Blake and I don't always take the same trades, right? We'll build conviction based using the same exact concepts, the same exact like mindset, but sometimes we'll come to different conclusions. You know, like, does that mean one of us is doing something wrong and the other isn't? Absolutely not. Right? We can both be right. And then, like, a lot of people also struggle to do that. When they join this Discord, they think that they need to have the exact same bias, the exact same draw on liquidity, the exact same entry as Blake and I to be considered right. You do not, bro. Like, that is not the fucking case. There's many different ways to be right in the charts, but as long as you have genuine rules behind every single setup, then you're good. And you're following those rules. Yeah, I mean, it's not that you're fading Blake, it's that your best trades are the ones that you decided to build your own conviction about, and that fucking feels good. You know what I mean? So when you first join this Discord and you're understanding our model and you're trying to like really master it, that's fine. Copy us. Do whatever the fuck you need to do to learn it. You know, take our trades, go show up to every single trading session, do everything you need to do. But there will never be a better feeling in your entire life than when you can do it based off completely your own conviction. But yeah. Not the case. Blake's camera's usually off because he's recording on OBS and you can't have both fucking cameras on. It's super annoying. Like my OBS right now, I can't have my cam on, but whatever. I'm recording my screen, so it doesn't matter. What? Anyways, boys, we hope you enjoy the session. This did go not way longer, but hour and a half. It's typically an hour session. But hopefully it was saucy as fuck. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you had like some sort of maybe epiphany or just like awakening or a reminder, bro, that's like, come on, it's time to take this shit seriously. Not next account. It's not that I'm going to take this next account seriously. Like, take it seriously right now. It doesn't matter if you have fucking $200 left in drawdown. Take it seriously. If you blow it, whatever, next, move on. But at least you follow your rules. Start building those habits now. How do I stop rushing the eval phase? By not rushing it. Did you think I was gonna give you like some fucking NASA rocket like answer? You stop fucking rushing it. You grow up and you take it seriously. Unless you want to work a 9 to 5. It's up to you, bro. You let me know. All right, fellas. We'll catch y'all. Much love, man. Much love. I'll check DMs.
Peace out, boys.